the man we're all gathered here for tonight, the man who has broken so many barriers for Zimbabwean comedy. When he called himself international, he was not playing. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Over the balcony, I can't hear you. Are you ready? So, my ladies and gentlemen, let's all be on our feet at this particular moment as we welcome the legendary, the visionary, international Kandoro. Let's make some noise for King Kandoro!
Levels Production. It's gonna be a lot. Ganga nikatoka pinda nepakaoma, vamwe vachiti muchaona sitiri kufara chaizvo, vamwe vakambofambisa makuhwa vachitoti tichasuwa sitiri kungofara chaizvo. Zuva rinondipa motivation pandinomuka mangwanani nichiona sunshine. Me don't break, give thanks to the most high before me open up my eyes. Mari ndimi muri kufaka pressure, tiri kuvapa pressure, tiri kuvapa pressure. Nesidara Jesu inotadza nengambi yakageza. Tiri kuvapa pressure, tiri kuvapa pressure.
Hold up. Oh, the baddest in the house gonna get a hello. I know there's gentlemen who came with their wives and said, I know Kandoro is going to say something about the baddies. These are my baddies. So don't look at them. Oh, the baddest in the house gonna get a hello. Okay. Oh, the gents in the house gonna get a hoyo. Oh, the gents in the house gonna get a hoyo. You can see it. You can see it. Please sit. Please get comfortable. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Taita Mari. Yeah. Before we get into it, I want to welcome my people. The people that came to see King Kandoro. My people, my constituents, the people that I represent, the haters. Let's not lie, because I know they're here. As a hater myself, I know it. I recognize it. Because as soon as I came out, as soon as I was walking out, I know there's someone at the back who balcony. And I just Air Force Dada. Is that Air Force real? It's not. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to spend the next hour wondering what ndasonerwa. Ndi atiperi uyu. Let's move on. I want to start from a position, I want to start from a point of vulnerability. Is it okay if I'm vulnerable with you guys? I want to share. Most of you guys know that I live in the UK. I want to be honest about that situation. I have lived in the UK for the past 5 years and I've never felt safe. I know. I've never felt safe, and I'm not talking about the last few months where the white people are like, go back to your country, innit? No. I'm talking about ever since I arrived in the UK, I've never felt safe. I was born and raised by ZANU-PF. And say what you will about ZANU-PF. They know how to do certain things. One of the things that ZANU-PF does very well is mind their own business. No. You might not realize, but ZANU-PF knows how to mind their own business. At the very most, ZANU-PF will get into it with Zambia and Malawi. They don't provoke internationally. That's their maximum. Zambia and Malawi. The moment South Africa says something like, hey, Shindara. Yeah. The UK government, on the other hand, does not know its limitations. So every day is like a live grenade. Every day there's something new. Something happens in the world. They want to get involved. Russia-Ukraine war. You what, mate? Oh! Israel, Gaza, Manchester. Madi. I remember when the Russia-Ukraine war started, I just arrived in the UK. Just arrived, and the UK starts talking about, we need to send all the able-bodied men to go. I looked at my wife, the British citizen, I was like, did you know about this? Because this feels like a trap. Because, guys, I love Zimbabwe. With all my heart, you guys know this. I die for it. Die! I have things to do. Ndombona Pastor Tom vaneka tauro. Hallelujah. 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 Katauro kemweya. I've said this before, guys. I've said this before, but it needs saying. All these countries up there, they have the same problems that we have back here. They just have better propaganda. Their marketing is so good. Repeatedly, they market their problems as opportunities. MaCOS, I don't know when MaCOS is because they're like, Kukwesha chi. Whoa. And they call it a certificate of sponsorship. Isusunana Jones, I need to get there. They repeatedly market their problems as opportunities back to us, but they have the same problems we have. The first time you land in the UK is special. The first time you land, before you touch down, you are looking at that area of view of London, looking at all those lights. What time am I getting? All this wasted electricity. And when you touch down, when you feel the plane land, your first instinct is like, right, Kandoro 1, village which is 0. I have landed. I have arrived. You connect to that airport Wi-Fi, 5G, like you see, things are different already. Things are different. The people that have come to get you are there at arrivals. They are excited, but not for the reason that you are excited. If you really look at their faces, you see them. But you won't see it because they're too excited. You are so excited. Your first words to these people are probably, chicken in, chicken in, I want to feel it. The first red flag about the UK comes to you as you are driving away from the airport. Something in your body starts going, like you're looking around like, but you can't pinpoint what exactly is wrong because you don't know. You don't know. It's only later that you realize the houses all look alike. They are brown, they are gray, very sourceless houses. This is a red flag for us Zimbabweans because we like to judge immediately. Houses are a big symbol of which is which. But in the UK, you have to get where you're going to realize, all right. Come on, you stand. Come on, you stand. By the time you arrive there, you're already the relative in the UK. Every new relative in the UK, before they came to the UK, they were asking people in the UK, who did say? How is it over there? And everyone in the UK, they try to be as honest as possible. Hakuna irika. Figure it out over there. And everyone here is like, Brad Barakun there. Brad Baram there. I'll see for myself. And now you're seeing. Like right now, the UK is running. I don't know if you guys have heard. There's this thing that they're calling the cost of living crisis. I don't know, kind of everywhere. You turn on the news like, oh, this cost of living crisis. This cost of, I'm like, the first time I heard cost of, I was like, why does this smell familiar? I can't put my finger on it like, But I knew I had heard. It wasn't until the 5th, 6th time I was like, Iwe, cost of living crisis. That's inflation. Inflation. You can't fool me. I was raised by Gideon Kono. I know inflation. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's inflation, guys. Let's pay attention. The propaganda is so good, sometimes you don't even realize that you're participating. You don't even realize that even that's what they say. I don't know if you've heard, they're also complaining about this immigration thing. So many of them are coming here. We need to figure out a way to stop them coming. And you guys know who they're referring to when they say, stop them. Who? Don't say us, I'm not included. Me, I'm not part of. I'm sorted. I know the UK is lying about this immigration thing. I know they're lying because the UK is like that rich kid Paghetto. You know that rich kid Paghetto who won't shut up about all the things that are at their house. At our house, we have a PlayStation. Me, I don't have a curfew. My mother that child cannot act surprised when we show up to your house and we don't want to leave. Everything we know about the UK, we know against our will. We have the best Premier League. Look at the royal family. No, don't look too hard. They're sick right now. No. If the UK really wanted to stop us from coming, they know what they need to do. Just tell the truth. No, just tell the truth. If the UK was to tell the truth about what the UK really is, let's see if Chese Anatobias will go there voluntarily. You know that visa application website? If you were to go on that visa application website and the first word you see when you go on that website is Wangu. No. I don't care who you are, what language you speak. Someone says Wangu to you, you know important information is about to be shared. We don't waste the word Wangu. It can be loud, it can be low. But Wangu is like, you know when Nigerians say, my friend. If they were to customize that for every country, you go there and the first word they say, Wangu. Before you apply this thing, you need to know. The first thing you need to know about the UK before you come is, it's cold. Now I know you Zimbabweans think you know how cold, especially people from Gweru. Everyone from Gweru is like, Wachando. That's not true. In the UK, guys, it gets cold. My first year in the UK, I got invited to a wedding up north, some random town. It was very cold. I was not familiar. I got lost. You know, you get lost and you have to stop everything that you're doing. Like, where am I? What am I doing? What's happening? And I was looking for a black person. This is not that kind of town. But I found a lovely white gentleman. I had to ask him, like, how do I get to this venue? Very lovely, very energetic. I was like, listen, you go down this road, you take your first left turn, but nothing that he's saying is getting in. Absolutely nothing. Because I looked at this man and said, Iwe, it's Ziwagai. Right here, a big one. This man had a big piece of mucus right here. He didn't even know that's what was happening on his face. And then because I was raised right, my mother raised me well, I start trying to give him hints that there is a situation. So I'm like, and he looks at me and says, are you all right, mate? I'm like, are you all right? That's how cold it gets. It's cold like that to its own people. What about you and your green passport? The second thing I need the UK to let my people know is the issue of tax. Now, again, there's a very condescending response that you guys just gave me. You're like, tax. Isuzu trukuto tax wa Kumos world of sports. I'm not talking about Mtuli tax. You know the thing about Mtuli tax is Mtuli does not do behind the door tax. Mtuli is as soon as you get it, Chimondo now. As soon as you get into Pick and Pay, you're buying like, Wanguya. Mtuli does not do hidden. What? In the UK, they have what they call HMRC. His Majesty's Revenue Collection. And they collect. They don't play. HMRC, when you arrive in the UK, that's the first organization to send you a letter to welcome you. Say, yee! Address Tinayo Chibaba. You don't realize what's happening when you arrive. It only connects later. In the UK, they will let you receive your money. They will let you. Full. Nothing like, end of the year. Waka relaxa, waka tofunga. Zimbabwe ndikashika. That's when they send the letter. Coins waiga. Paneka mbishana. Do you guys know how Zimra does tax in here? Many people who go, unfortunately or fortunately, they will get to their death without having dealt with Zimra. Because Zimra does not like being fussy. Zimra does not do that. Zimra ni get Zim celebs. Oh, Kandoro nga motor. Yeah. That's how Zimra finds you. If you lay low your whole life, Zimra is like, we don't have an address. We don't know how to find this person. The third thing that I now, and this one is personal, this one affects me very, very personally, is this thing that they call daylight savings. Now in theory, daylight savings is they are adjusting for seasons. They give you an hour during the summer, and then when it's winter again, they take it away just to balance things. But the problem with this daylight savings is we have a lot of relatives going to the UK. Most of them Varoi. I don't want to beat around the bush. Most of them Varoi. Imagine being a first-year Muroi in the UK. No one has told you about daylight savings. No one. So what you know at 7 p.m., one day comes to you at 3 p.m. Your body tells you it's office hours. Your body tells you it's office hours. Katanu. You want to go to work? Kunoroba shift. Tuona mano achizvionera zvawabhora. Yay. We are laughing, but these are serious issues. Repeatedly, the UK has figured out a way to tell their narrative better than us. And it bothers me so much. So much, because when I come here and I look at my people and I see that we are not engaged at all. We are not paying attention at all. Because if we had been paying attention, we would notice that there's a new Reserve Bank governor. And that new Reserve Bank governor is also named John. Based on the previous John, it should have been enough for us as the people to say, Anna John Shakwan. No, I'm being serious. The performance of the previous John should have been enough for us to say, no, let's try other people with other names. Why are we going from John to John? Because why? Do you know other countries, many countries, the citizens don't even know who their Reserve Bank governor is. Because their money does the talking. It's also as a country, middle name. We get to the point where we know the middle name of what is the big. This guy, because every 2 weeks he's coming out to explain his currency. No, I said, wait. No, mirai. I have it. Why? We need to start phasing out certain names. From time to time, society does this. In Germany, I don't know what happened, but I just know that after a certain point, they just phased out the name Adolf. I'm not sure why. They just phased it out. In Zimbabwe, we also did it. As a society, we came together and said, Akusina Robert. If you go to a crash right now, akuna little robots running around. Because everyone came together and said, Kanoramba Ubapa class monta. Aka. My people, we are not paying attention. If we had been paying attention, we would have noticed that for the past 2 years, there is a certain group of people that are not elected officials, that do not have any real power, but have been intimately involved in the happenings of our country. One man in particular, from ZESA, to elections, to solar, to Wi-Fi. It wasn't until he got involved in my industry, I was like, oh, he needs to be arrested. He got involved in my badges. I was like, hey, Kwenzagalana. I don't want to lie, I was at home reading those leaked messages like, Maprisa. But it was in that moment that I realized, Kubata kwa Jehovah, hallelujah. Because our God is a God of balance, hallelujah. He doesn't give too much, hallelujah. He doesn't give too little, hallelujah. He gives enough. Because can you imagine if Wicknell had been given a six-pack, my wing? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that man had been given good physique? He's already too confident. He's already too confident. God was like, I'm gonna body wash one era. Body plan. Now I just want to say this section, I don't want to see anyone moving here because I don't know who you are. I don't know where they are. You're coming to get me, cannot see. So, Panaba, movement. Was no fundu. My people, we are not paying attention at all. We are not paying attention. The quality of conversations that we have, because we're not paying attention, are very dishonest. The most dishonest conversation that we have as a people is about ZANU-PF. You know what I did when I started this show? UK, I know myself, I was like, finally, Kandoro. If you're paying attention, you will see who the CIOs are. Because they laugh and take notes. If you see a notebook coming out, you're like, it's graft. But it's okay. My exit is here. We're not paying attention. We have very dishonest conversations about ZANU-PF. One of the most dishonest conversations that we have is, ZANU-PF was at Madhorofiya. People in ZANU-PF are not intelligent. People in ZANU-PF, we are very, very condescending when we speak about ZANU-PF, and that is a lie. I know you guys know it's a lie because you don't get to run a country for 44 years by being dumb. But we consistently, Mdara. Japupu jango mrumonero. We consistently say that thing. These people. But repeatedly, those people we call dumb, at every turn outsmart us. Every turn, every chance they get, and we consistently get surprised. But it's because we are intentionally underestimating every election. We go into every election. This is the one. This election we are ready. Defend your vote. Hashtag. The people are going to show up. We are here. I am here. Dukumukura na 6. I'll be there at the polling station. There, you won't find me, naked or not. And I'll be there to defend the vote. I remember last election, young people were so excited. No, we've learned our mistakes. No. 2018, no. Something just happened. But this time I'm there. We were there at the ballot box, ballot station, polling station. We were there, ready to do the things. The ballot was not there. It was not there. And you know the ridiculousness of that whole situation is, it's almost a year later and we're here. The most we've done is make a joke about it. I'm here. My charge was my 10, my 15. Nothing tangible is done. Tamira, the next one. I know we are not paying attention. I know we underestimate ZANU-PF, because even if you look at these cards that are being given out, you realize that it's not as random as we would like to believe. These cards are not random. These cards are being given to people that mean something to someone, with the sole intention of causing that conflict within you. Ndambofungwa kuti musiyewo ndikati hakuna wigi yacho yanyanya kunaka hakuna. Ndaida kuti ndikati hayi iyi haisi wigi yekuofisi. It's not. But are you guys with me? I remember the people were like, don't involve us. This is a Harare thing. Then Wigna was like, Sandra Tebele. And the whole of Batebele was like, Sandy. Internal conflict. Are you seeing the problem? When all is said and done, we're going to come together as a society and say, how can ZANU-PF be bad when they did this for my favorite artist? It's as simple as that. People have asked, why are they not donating? Why are they not fixing hospitals? Why are they not? Because you cannot drive a hospital. How do they campaign? Nechipatara, kuwedza. But the thing that we can fix, my people, the thing that is getting to us is the quality of our education. We need to be honest about the quality of our education, because it's directly tied to our ability to engage with one another, our ability to pay attention to things. At some point, our education just fell apart. There was a time when we used to be very proud about how educated we were as Zimbabweans. Am I lying? We would walk around with a bogus percentage, 92, 94. If you catch us on a good day, beers in the system, 98. Most literate Africans can't tell us anything. But at some point, we stopped sharing that life because we knew. I can't pinpoint exactly when it was where we just, it fell apart, but it got to a point where, if I was to try, at some point we became so classist as a society, became obsessed with the notion, with the idea of private school. Everyone wants to send their child to a private school. Everyone. I didn't even know about private schools until it was too late. I don't even know it was too late. Because of this thing that I do, people assume certain things. They meet me, they're like, Kandoro, you're so eloquent. Which high school? Which high school did you go to? The first time I was asked, I thought it was an innocent question. You meet anyone who asks you in this day, which high school? Run. It's a trap. Because I was asked, Kandoro, Kandizo, which high school did you go to? I was like, me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you answer questions with me, that's your first word in a sentence. If the first word innocent is me, me, I went to But I did not know. I had no idea. I thought we were getting to know each other. I thought she was playing. I was like, me, I went to ZTP High School. She looked at me and said, ew. My sister name Prisa. Oh! I was like, no, our parents were the, she did not care. She had walked away. I learned my lesson. I was like, okay. That's when I realized, like, anyway, private schools. So I started doing my research about these private schools because I genuinely thought government owns all school. I thought most of us went to government schools. Yeah, Zaramba. I'm so sorry. Anzi. Not most. I thought, but then I started looking back at my history. I was like, anyway, I had gone to government establishments my whole life. From creche. From creche. Again, the first sign is, if you're calling it creche, ladies and gentlemen. If you're calling it creche, Pagaiba. Just for the people that are unclear which school they went to, if your school had a number in the name of your school, Zengeza high one. Zengeza high one. There's many of them. They're trying to find yours. But I don't want to lie. We had fun at our schools. Government schools were lit. Our teachers would pop up energetically from time to time on a random Friday with a special announcement. There is people that said, government, and I noticed who you were, but now your body let you down. Because the only way you know how to respond to is if we went to the same school. And there's people that were doing it that realized mid-sentence, the Bondora did it. I hope they didn't know. I noticed. There is no Vana at Peter House. Akuna. If your school, and here's the thing, there's people that went to schools that were almost quarter to private school, but because inflation, hallelujah, Prince Edward, hallelujah, hallelujah, church, you, hallelujah, hallelujah, girls, Roosevelt, inflation, hey, ndaramurure kodasho ese. Mati zvekutora manotsi zvinganetsa. Ndozongotranscribe. Ndamboti pamwe muchaneta ka. I bring up this issue of education because it's really tied into our ability to engage and critically analyze the things that are happening within us, for us, about us. A few months ago, they started talking about introducing a new currency. They were leaking this information in drips and drabs. Like, we're going to introduce a structured currency. And people were confused. Structured currency? What is this? It's going to be backed by gold. God said, yeah. Me. The quality of our education has greatly hindered our ability to have conversations with others. There is no conversation happening anywhere on a deeper level. It's just all surface level stuff. When this structured currency talk started happening, started popping up, I remember a young girl came on social media and said, guys, I'm very confused. What is this structured currency? I really want to know. The first comment under that tweet was like, you were structured in Mbiavako. And that was it. That's how that conversation ended. Because maybe this would have been an opportunity for us to critically analyze. Maybe we would have come together and said, guys, this is not going to work. But that conversation ended because no, when we are confronted with anything that looks uncomfortable, even slightly, we joke, we distract. And I need us to figure it out. Because when you figure it out, you realize that none of the problems that are affecting us as Zimbabweans, as Africans, none of them are new. All the problems we're dealing with on any level, another African country has either dealt with the same problem or going through the same problem or has already figured it out. So why are we not sharing this information? Why do we not share? Because we're selfish. Load shedding. Nigeria had an issue. Or still has issues. South Africa has issues. As a matter of fact, when we see other African countries going through the things that we have gone through, we're like, right. In our defense, and I'm speaking about South Africa here, South Africa used to behave a certain way when we started going through these problems. South Africa had a lot of useless suggestions. Early 2000s, South Africans, anyone who'd ask like, you guys, Mara, have you tried turning the country on and off, ne? Just remove Mugabe, ne? So now that Zimbabweans are watching South Africa go through the exact problems that we are going through, they're like, oh naga. South Africans are still at the generator stage of load shedding. That was us 15 years ago. At some point, every Zimbabwean became so qualified with generators, overqualified. You could hear a generator from 2 kilometers away. 2 liter diesel. That's what ZANU-PF does. They make you qualified in things you have no business being qualified. Right now, every Zimbabwean can look at your house and tell you you're not serious. Just by looking at your roof, like 2 solar panels. That's a laptop, never lights. Hapana fridge. Just by looking at your roof. But why are we not sharing that information with South Africa? Like, brothers, leave generators, go green. Save the climate. South Africans don't even realize that we've watched this movie before. Zimbabweans, we've watched this movie before. The problem is we can't tell them how it ends because we are still watching it. Hallelujah. We are still watching this movie. Every time as a Zimbabwean you think the movie is about to be over, you find a new season. It's a Telemundo. Season 44. My heart beats for Nelson. Pananoro wachete nas. The problem that people have, so many misconceptions, is this issue with propaganda, about figuring out our propaganda. Is people think propaganda only fits with politics, with social commentary, and don't even realize that even in relationships, propaganda is a big part. Even in relationships, like right now, there's big propaganda going around about relationships, about men in particular. Men need to be the leader, men need to be the provider, men need to be the lead. You need to hold your woman, you need to behave. Like, Shaddai and Rambo, relax. It's a public holiday. I want to relax. Men need to be lead from the front. Shaddai and Rambo lead, wow. Don't tell. Ladies, you guys don't even realize some of the privilege that you guys have. You don't even realize, like right now, the strain Zimbabwean men are under. You don't even realize. The past 3 years have been very hard. So many things that happen with men. One of the biggest things is you ladies have infrastructure that is designed to support you guys. there's an atete, there's all these baby showers, kitchen parties, where whether you want to or not, you share ideas, tips and tricks of how to handle a household, Men do not have those support systems. Men don't even support each other like that. Another man finds out another man is getting married. Like, Mururash Baba, yeah. At the very most, the support you get, there is no advice. Everything we find out as men, we are finding out on the job for the first time, and we have to fight to not act surprised. Everything we are finding out on the job. One of the things that I found out as a married man is how hard it is to be a laughing husband when you're broke. Hallelujah. When there is no money coming in, it's so hard. You want to, but romance haibude. When there is no money, you guys remember COVID? COVID was hard because what I do requires you guys to come outside. COVID said, everyone inside. I had to be creative about how to make money, but it was not coming out. It was refusing, and I became someone else, someone I didn't even recognize until things started getting better, and my wife was honest with me and said, yeah, wow. I just want to be honest. I said, be honest. It's like, Papa singachasekwe pambapana. We couldn't even laugh. I said, what do you mean? It was like, you were just so serious. You just couldn't tolerate anything. And I had to introspect. I was like, no, she's right. She's honest. As a self-defense mechanism, I would just wake up. Wakafundumara. Because you don't want to encourage silliness. My wife is the type who just looks around the house and says, we need a fresh coat of paint. In my head, I was like, fresh coat limbela. Because things were hard. Mamka say, "Ba maita namburara." Kurara. Didn't sleep. I want you guys who are here with your partners to recognize the moment for what it is. Special. If you came here with your partner, just look at them and say thank you. Just look at them. If you want, just look at them. If you want. Because you guys don't even realize how dangerous this situation is. It's not even safe to be loving your wife in public. Because if Shaddai finds out that you took your wife to see another man, and you were watching as your wife laughed at another man's jokes, you are a simp. You don't even realize how dangerous this is. I just want to do a quick roll call. Who has been married the longest here? Who has been married the longest here? Just shout out wherever you are. 20. 33 years. Make some noise for 33 years, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone close to 33 years or more than? How long? 33 again. Make some noise for 33. Do we have 15 in the house? Make some noise for 15. 10 years, 5 years. Make some noise. What's going on up there? Oyo. Oyo mabachura oyo. Oyo mabachura oyo. Oyo my sister oyo. Inosvika nguva musatya. Inosvika. The reason why I ask this question of how long you guys have been married is because tonight, right here, 5 years. A few months ago, my wife and I got into it. Craziest thing is, I'm usually very perceptive. I'm usually well aware with but this one caught me by surprise. I didn't even realize what was happening. But we did. We got into it. We were on our way to Baby Bounce. Baby Bounce for me, my favorite place on earth. Because Baby Bounce is where we take our son. There's jumping castles. He can climb, he can play. My family are finding out right now that I go to Baby Bounce for my own personal reasons. No, I go to Baby Bounce for me. Because I grew up in Mavuku. A jumping castle came once. A jumping castle came once and someone came with a razor. The jumping castle people said, never, Mavuku no. So I go to Baby Bounce to catch up. We're in the car driving to Baby Bounce. It's me, she's there, our son is at the back, everyone is singing. She suddenly got triggered. I didn't even realize she had got triggered. But I should have, because her first word was, Wangu. But I'm too much in the mood, in the moment. I'm like, Wadi? I'm relaxed. I don't know what's happening. She's like, you forgot to take the beans out. Now let me take you a few days back so you can understand what's happening. Where we live, my wife and I, beans get collected religiously every Wednesday without fail. On this particular Wednesday, my wife is on her way outside. She's taking our child to nursery. Man's under nursery. Hallelujah. Kandoro, I got to say, crash. We are breaking generation now. My wife is taking our child to nursery. She's like, babe, Mabin, I'm upstairs. So I shout, but you're the one who's outside. In a Nigerian movie, this is the part where you hear see a warning shot. I ignored this warning shot. My wife is smarter than me. When I said that, she ignored it because she wanted to leave it in the air so that I could realize how silly what I just said. Me being who I am, I did not realize. So this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No one took the bins out. We're on our way to Baby Bounce. She sees the garbage truck. She gets triggered. That's when she hits me with the one. Me being me, I respond the same way that I did on Wednesday. I say, babe, but you're the one who was outside. She says, German. Another warning sign. If you graduate from Wangu to German, if your wife, for whatever reason, becomes a Jamaican, she says, German, you are the one who's going around on these shows doing Coma Sold Out. You are never here. When you're not here, I take the pins out. You were here. You need to take the pins out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what they call an ironclad agreement. Open and shut. It makes sense to everyone concerned. I heard it. I knew she had me. I closed my eyes to summon a heartfelt apology because I knew she had me. But I closed my eyes and I saw Shadaya. I saw Shadaya and said, who's the man? You can't. Mabin, German. Oh, another DP. Why is she behaving like that? I don't want to spoil with the movie, but do not listen to Shada. If you want to stay married. Because I then started shaking and jiving. Listen, but logically, you won't wrong. She was hitting me with facts and facts and facts. But at some point she got fed up. Says, I understand these things better. Don't forget, I'm the British citizen. Mim ghetto youths. I had that out. Not to get out my book. Even me, I had myself. I said, Even me, as soon as I said it, I was like, This conversation is happening as we are driving. Before we know it, we have arrived at Baby Bounce. And we arrived just as I was about to unleash what I thought was a killer argument. And see, it meant everything we were discussing had to stop. Because we have a rule. We don't argue in front of white people. I would be so disappointed. So whatever I was feeling I had to store inside, I went into Baby Bounce. It's already been paid for. I had to be there on the jumping castle. My wife came to me 10 minutes later and said, babe, what I meant to say? She's the bigger person. The white people who saw us kiss, black love. I want black love. If there's anything that you guys walk away with tonight, is the need for a narrative. What is our story as Zimbabweans? What is our story as black people? What is the thing that is going to take us forward? What are we good at? Is it corruption? If it's corruption, then it's corruption. That's our thing. Let's take it forward. I'm being very serious. Are we good at elections? If the thing that we are good at is critically analyzing elections. No, because let's be honest, I'm Zimbabwe, my election to myself. Especially this last 2 years, we've had every election we hear like, you see what's happening there. Every Zimbabwean was watching a South African, we're going to vote. South African youth was like, finally, the ANC out. We are done with these revolutionary movements. Every Zimbabwean, Zimbabweans knew what was about to happen, especially when we heard the news. ZANU-PF is going to observe the elections. Every Zimbabwean at home said, we knew. ZANU-PF is going to observe. I can observe. Now South Africa is going through their first government of national unity. Again, Zimbabweans are like, But it doesn't need to be like that. We need to start talking to our neighbors, even the ones that are far up north, and ask them how they are figuring this out, how they're doing things that they're doing so well. I know most of us were looking at things that were happening in Kenya. Earlier this year, the young people of Kenya took to the streets and started toying against this finance bill. Said, Pasi, the finance bill. They took to the streets, and the president of Kenya was like, okay, young people, I hear you. We are scrapping the finance bill. Every Zimbabwean was like, just like that. Because we know you can toy what you want, but as soon as you hear that shit of a black boot, like, no boys in Zweiga, and then there's things that I wanted to do. But the young people of France did not stop there. They said, no, it's not enough. We're going to protest still. And the president was like, again? He fired his own entire cabinet. Kazonyanya ka baby. Sorry, Karim VIP, sorry. No, VIP babies are allowed, please. I don't know if you guys know this, but Zimbabwean history and Kenyan history, we share so many wild similarities. Kenya got their independence in 1963, and the party that brought Kenyan independence, the first government in Kenya, was formed by the Kenya African National Union. If you put those letters together, Kenya, Africa, what do they make? National Union. No, say it with confidence. KANU. Do you guys know which party was formed in 1963? I'm saying but the similarities don't end there. In Kenya, they have a guy, an opposition politician, by the name of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga has run for president 5 times. 5 times. It's never won. And so I don't know who. My beef with Raila Odinga is at no point has Raila come down, because Raila is now in his 80s. At no point has Raila come to Zimbabwe and say, Nelson Wangu. Say now. Say now. Go hug your kids. In 2008, they even called Raila Odinga and said, come become a prime minister. You guys, I don't know if what I'm saying is connecting with what, I don't know if you're hearing me. There is not a single problem that is new in Africa. The problem is we are not having conversations with each other at all. We are not figuring out our narrative. Right now, if I was to ask you guys, what's the first thought that comes to you when I mention Paris, France? What comes to mind? You think Eiffel Tower? You think love? What if I was to tell you there is no group of people more violent than French people? There is no group of people on earth who have more pasine than French people. There is no president that gets slapped more than the French president. From time to time, the people of France are like, no, you're Batambama. Can you imagine that happening here? Can you imagine? Even an attempt could I also want to say, guys, Ndidi Papa, just speaking about our president. And then I believe our president, there's all this talk about, is the president going for a 3rd term? Is the president, I want to say, I believe, honestly, that our president is he's a constitutionalist, I believe. But there's certain things that make me doubt. That motorcade, yeah, is that motorcade is too nice. It's too nice. It's too nice. Matte black, I was like, It's too nice. You see, I saw one car, I was like, It reminds me of another sign that I saw just before the elections. Just before the election, you pass through the state house, I was like, renovations. They were doing renovations, but it was just before elections. I don't know if you know anything about Kuroja. I knew these things. But I want you to report also the first part, and I do not believe. Mukuru. Very important part of this whole thing. I want us to figure our story, man. I want us to figure what we are good at. What is our thing? What's going to take us forward? What is our thing that gives us pride as Zimbabwean people? Because we need to go back to that time where we were just proud. I'm not feeling that pride anymore. But the journey starts with being honest, individually. And in because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's a misconception that has developed about me in these past few years, especially this past year. I want to take this opportunity to correct it. There's a misconception that I've heard. People have come to me after shows and whispered, King, thank you so much. You're so gracious. You're so humble. I behave like this because this is where I am. Mariangu ishiri yakashota. Hallelujah. I want you guys to know that I am the furthest thing from humble. Me. I am the furthest. Ask anyone who knows me, like really knows me. They know who I am. My way. Ask my sisters. They will tell you, humble, where? I'm telling you guys this now because I don't want you guys to act surprised next year when I start moving. And you're like, I want you to know that I told you. When you're like, King, can we take a picture? And I'm like, Pano. The first time I was on a plane that had Wi-Fi, I almost went on IG Live, but I was like, whew. I really wanted to do one of those Instagram. I was like, maybe not now. So I video called my sisters. Video call. They were like, Ewe, did we not just know? No, don't worry about that. I just want to let you guys know, kuti kana mune embe panzi. Kwakuda kunaya. It's about to rain. You need to fix it. There's a lot of people that come into my DMs and say, King, we know things are happening, things are nice for you. You don't have to post everything that is happening. I'm like, how will they know? If I don't post, then how will people know? You guys think I'm going to fly business class and keep it a secret? Please, you're overestimating me. Please. As a matter of fact, I've been in business class a few times to know that there's a business class that I prefer. There's one that I prefer. Hallelujah. There's this one short left behind the pilot. Me, I want this one. I want this one because when everyone who's going there passes through, hallelujah, and I make eye contact with everyone like, Dandito Moriko. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah.